Houston Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we join you from the so-called Space City, Houston, Texas.
I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They've been in a great group, winners of 7 of their last 10 on the year. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Every quarterback in the NFL has a little bit of his own signature style out there, but for this guy, he really plays the game in a different way. It's led to a couple double takes from us up here as we see him as something truly unique. It's not that he's just the strongest passer or the best athlete to ever play the position. He just has a certain way of seeing the action, and it allows him to make some special plays out there.
McCarthy going to put it up right away.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Up the middle they go. It's Bennett.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You look at this Steeler defense.
Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Now McCarthy.
That's caught by Meredith right side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up second down.
Here's McCarthy.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed, but that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
To the air with McCarthy.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans.
Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
And I know, just like me, you're fired up about this one because this is the irresistible object and the immovable force. They're going head-to-head, #1 versus #1. I've talked about that running backs renaissance for a while. Can they slow these guys down? Where's my helmet? I want to play.
Geez, you are fired up. Something's got to give.
And this is going to be a Steelers first out as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
On first down, Griffin. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers.
Down the sideline he goes.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. A big play there. 57 yards.
And the Steelers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Man, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Second down and 3.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Bennett. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Looking to throw McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a give right side. It's man. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Back to throw. McCarthy caught left side. Bennett. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Sticking with a pass. Here's McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture of the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 5.
Here's Griffin to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Now Griffin on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Chambers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Peters. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Second and 5.
Here's Griffin. And this one's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Griffin. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh 1st.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Now a 1st carry here for their running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Peters.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Griffin. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Steelers have moved out in front.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that makes it 14-10. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And, Charles, no two ways around it. Anytime you get the current number 1 and number 2 seeds in the AFC playing each other this late in a season, it's a big game.
It is definitely a big game, and not just for seeding and placement and such, but for trying to establish yourself as the team to beat. You want everyone else in the league to look at you and say, boy, it's going to be tough to knock those guys off.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 3rd and 4 now. Now Griffin. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans 17. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. 3rd and 2. Now Griffin.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
I think that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on 4th down. And he said, people have to understand, there's fearless and there's reckless. I try not to be reckless when I make a decision to go for it on 4th down. In this case, fearless wins.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs them up for another 2nd and goal. Here's Griffin. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
That's an old-fashioned death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the job.
And the defense always preaches getting off the field, making a play, and turning it back over to their own offense. Unable to do so. A long, sustained drive by the offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Houston set to take over.
They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They'll try the left side. It's man, and he is going to lose yardage here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw. McCarthy. That one caught. It's Meredith.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. McCarthy now on first down. That'll be caught by James. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
10 more there and another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Throw left side complete. That's James. And out of bounds right around the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Now 2nd and 3. To the air again, McCarthy.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's got it.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-17.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He finds his man complete. That's Chambers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. The Bills trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. The Packers trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on third down.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Third down and 1.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8.
Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Up the middle they go. It's man, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle, but give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. McCarthy operating from the gun. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
There wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. Because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
First down. Man.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. They'll keep it on the ground. It's man, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Looking to throw. McCarthy feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, first down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
McCarthy to throw on second down. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. McCarthy.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And his kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
Yeah, they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Griffin. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 2nd down now, it's Peters. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now it's Griffin.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. The offense on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. Griffin. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. It's so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Houston's offense taking over again.
Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. It's man, and they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle they go. It's Peters.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Maynard.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
Now it's Griffin. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Up the middle they go. Maynard.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Griffin. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Steelers stretch this fourth-quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
The football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. McCarthy to throw on 1st and 10. To the right side and intercepted.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 15-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Finishing strong with 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Steelers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one was accepted. On 1st down, McCarthy has his man. That's James.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Completes this one to Meredith.
And he's got a 1st down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning.
They'll run on first down. Bennett. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on second down, McCarthy.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Now third down and very long.
Back to throw. McCarthy. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He's going to let it fly. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
75 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Texans, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.